Hey guys, check it out. You're watching Jonathan Clarke on YouTube. Oh no! This YouTube channel is seeing over 1,000 views coming in every day. This is happening because everybody loves Descendants and Zombies, and I have never felt so honored to be the host of this show. I never thought this program would reach so many people. It has such an incredible reach. So many beautiful people have subscribed to this YouTube channel showing their outpouring of love and support for Descendants and Zombies, and I have never wanted to let you down. I think there's a lot of pressure on the shoulders of somebody producing Descendants and Zombies videos because there's a real appreciation for Descendants and Zombies that comes from the fans of the franchises, and as the host of a show, you've really got to show up. And you've really got to show up to say nothing but the best about Descendants and Zombies and shy away from criticism and all the critics on YouTube, because there are a lot of critics on YouTube about Descendants and Zombies who love to criticize everything about it. I have never wanted to do that, and I've wanted to provide you with the best video content that you will find anywhere else on YouTube, and I will always be here for each and every one of you producing Descendants and Zombies videos every day for the rest of my life. I can promise you that, because I made the decision to become a full-time YouTube creator because of all of you. I never thought this YouTube channel would see 500 subscribers, much less 3,000 subscribers. We are just under 3,000 subscribers. That is our next milestone. And I want to say thank you to everybody who have subscribed overnight, who still have yet to subscribe, who may be watching this video for the very first time. I think you're really going to like it here on this YouTube channel, because I go above and beyond the requirements of anybody on YouTube to talk about Descendants and Zombies. From the very first moment I saw Zombies over 7.5 years ago, I knew it was going to be something special. The opening dance number, This Is Going to Be My Year, it really was the year of Zombies, because 2018 will forever be remembered as the year Disney really turned the corner and came into its own because of the Zombies franchise. It was a sci-fi horror musical that saw so many supernatural creatures over the years see their introduction into the franchise, and gave us so many twists and turns in the plot that we could never see coming, that we least expected. At every given moment in that franchise, something special happened, especially in Dawn of the Vampires, because in Dawn of the Vampires we saw a significant moment where the torch was passed from Mila Manheim and Meg Donnelly's character Zed and Addison to Freya Skye and Malachi Burton's characters Victor and Nova, and it was so fabulously done. The contemplation of the future of Zed and Addison was talked about so much in that movie, and I go back to one of the final scenes of Zombies 4 Dawn of the Vampires where they contemplated spending the rest of their lives together. And I think everybody, even though some of us choose never to admit to it, want to get to that point where we find somebody that we can settle down with and spend the rest of our lives with. I have tried to do that all of my life. It's never happened for me yet, but it doesn't mean that it's not going to happen. And that movie really did give me hope that there is a chance for everybody out there to find true happiness and true love. That's one thing that jumped out at me about the Zombies franchise, is that anything is possible even when you least expect it. And for me, being a fan of Zombies, it's really been an honor. It's really been an honor for me to sit behind this podcast microphone and talk about Descendants and Zombies in the way it's been meant to be talked about for a very long time. That's why I produce up to 4 videos a day on this YouTube channel, and I don't regret it. I have no regrets talking about Descendants and Zombies because it's given me some of my greatest memories, because I have the honor of meeting each and every one of you who share in the same passion, who probably know more about Descendants and Zombies than I even know. I know that Zombies went to the top of Disney Plus, becoming the #1 most demanded movie. It streamed more times than anything on Disney Plus within weeks of its premiere. It was literally unbelievable, the response that Zombies 4 Dawn of the Vampires received, in light of all the criticism it received when the music videos first dropped weeks before the movie ever premiered. I think 2 months before the movie premiered, the music video for Place to Be premiered, and I remember all the critics jumping down the throats of the writers and producers of that music video. The message behind that music video was to introduce us to the new characters coming into the franchise for the first time ever. The first time ever that vampires were going to be part of this successful franchise, and we were going to find out what they were going to be offering to it. I think they offered a lot of mystery, a lot of twists and turns in the plot that we least expected, confliction over the blood fruit, 2 different groups of vampires as opposed to one threat being posed to Seabrook. And I think that in Zombies 5, this is setting up for the greatest threat ever to be posed to Seabrook, which will cause all the supernatural creatures that have already been seen in the Zombies franchise having to come together to create the strongest force of friendship ever seen in the Zombies franchise. And I, for one, am incredibly excited to see what mermaids, pirates, sirens, witches potentially will offer to this franchise. And I look forward to the next 4 years, if in fact we have to wait 4 years for Zombies 5 to happen. I look forward to the next 4 years because there is so much to be discussed. I mean, there is so much of a story left to be told about Victor and Nova's characters because we just got introduced to them in Zombies 4 Dawn of the Vampires. So why would we have seen a passing of the torch if there wasn't going to be a Zombies 5? Why are people always closing the door on the possibility of Zombies 5 happening? It's beyond me. But I'm here to keep that door wider open than it's ever been left open before because there is so much of a discussion yet to be made. I, for one, love the introduction of mermaids into this franchise because I've loved mermaids all of my life. I live on this island where so many tales are associated with mermaids and pirates, so I am incredibly excited after hearing so many legendary tales about mermaids and pirates over the course of my lifetime, however long I've been alive, to see mermaids and pirates potentially being introduced into this franchise along with witches and sirens. I think it's safe to say, the greatest threat that's ever been posed to Seabrook's existence when a soda plantation exploded and everybody turned into zombies. I thought that was really cool. I thought that was the coolest concept ever produced for a Disney movie. I think that a soda plantation exploding and turning everybody into zombies was really cool. And it inspired me to actually move into a house literally 5 minutes away from a soda plantation and a chemical plant that could explode. I actually did that, and I've had no regrets after doing it. I signed the lease immediately. I moved into this house, and I jumped at the opportunity to host a show every night of my life for the rest of my life about Descendants and Zombies because of that. And it's been the greatest honor of my life getting to meet all of you because we share in our experiences of being Descendants and Zombies fans, and we talk about it as if we're so respectful of it because we really are. It really changed our lives. And I think that a lot of critics really don't understand how much of a profound impact it's really changed all of our lives because of the music, because of the script, because of the messages of acceptance and how one can find true love, even if it is with a zombie, because you can never be too sure if your boyfriend or girlfriend is a zombie, a werewolf, or a vampire, or even an alien. I myself have been trying to get abducted by aliens for years. I've tried so many times. I have failed at trying to succeed at that, but it doesn't mean that it can't happen for us. Apparently, there is reportedly an alien probe on the way to Earth to kill us all in the next 100 days. And I just want to put it out there. If there is an alien probe on the way to Earth to kill us all in the next 100 days, I'm good to die because I have the most incredibly supportive fans in the entire world. So this zombie probe or whatever's on the way to Earth to kill us all, it will have to show up and try its best because I'm going to protect everybody who's subscribed to this YouTube channel. So zombie probe, show us your worst because I'm good to go. I have never had this much support. I say this because you guys are incredibly supportive of this YouTube channel. I don't know why you're so incredibly supportive of this YouTube channel. Perhaps you love Descendants and Zombies more than you've ever publicly admitted. I just wanted to start a show about Descendants and Zombies because I knew how appreciative each and every one of you were of this franchise. I didn't know it was going to explode in the manner that it did, but it just exploded overnight. I just started uploading Descendants and Zombies videos over 10 years ago. It wasn't on a show specifically devoted to Descendants and Zombies. Now a decade and a half later, I'm sitting on a show that's devoted to creating Descendants and Zombies videos for each and every one of you. And it means so much to me because every day somebody is subscribing to this YouTube channel, even if it's just one subscriber every day per video. It's one subscriber that I didn't have before and I didn't have the honor to meet. And that's more than you're ever going to hear from any other YouTube creator who devotes his time to talking about Descendants and Zombies because this really is the greatest honor of my life. Because I could be talking about video games, movies, and TV shows. I could be talking about anything happening on TV or on demand or on Disney Plus. Because there's a lot happening on Disney Plus. There's more happening on Disney Plus than ever before because the content library on Disney Plus has exploded. But I choose to talk about Descendants and Zombies because I know how much it means to each and every one of you and how hurt you must be when you see all these videos criticizing your favorite franchises and your favorite stars who you feel inspired by. I mean, let's be honest. There's some 7-year-old girl watching this video right now, probably a bit older than that perhaps, I really don't know, who feels inspired by the characters of zombies. So why am I going to come on my YouTube channel and criticize her favorite stars? I'm going to offer her encouragement. I'm going to encourage her that every dream that she has is possible just as she's been taught through the power of the script of Zombies because there are so many powerful messages. The biggest one is acceptance because no matter what you're going through in your lifetime, everything is going to be okay. I would have been the perfect voice to host a Disney Descendants and Zombies podcast. It's a shame Disney did not produce a Descendants and Zombies podcast officially because I would have auditioned for the voice of Descendants and Zombies. I have referred to myself many times over the last year as your voice of Descendants and Zombies because I am here to help you make sense of everything having to do with these franchises. I am not here to tear down the credibility of your favorite Descendants and Zombies stars, especially after how courageous I've seen Kylie Cantrell be as the character Red in the Descendants franchise. She has done a fabulous job portraying the character Red. I think nobody has ever done such a powerful job as a Descendants character, and she has ultimately become everybody's favorite and the most revered Descendants character of all time. Malia Baker's portrayal of Chloe Charming was also fabulously done, and the portrayal of the young Queen of Hearts, Bridget, done by Ruby Rose Turner, though that's a portrayal I'll never get out of my heart. I want to say this, Ruby Rose Turner will forever and always hold a very special place in my heart, and I will forever talk about Ruby. I will forever be supportive of Ruby Rose Turner. There was just something about that character that really just brought the best out of the Descendants Rise of Red franchise, and will forever hold a very special place in my heart. And I will forever miss Ruby Rose Turner. And every day of my life, if it means the rest of my life, I will talk about Ruby Rose Turner for you on this show. I will create videos specifically devoted to Ruby Rose Turner. I know her birthday is happening next month. Both her birthday and Freya Sky's birthday are happening 24 hours apart. And I'm incredibly excited about that because I get to celebrate Ruby Rose Turner's birthday as I did last year. And I'm just so excited about it because I think never enough good things can be said about this franchise. I mean, more people now feel more empowered than ever before. More people believe in a dream happening for them. More people feel inspired than ever before. I mean, what franchises that Disney produced 15 years ago did you feel as inspired as you do now from? Did you feel as inspired from High School Musical years ago? Did you ever feel as inspired as that from Hannah Montana years ago? You may have felt inspired by Hannah Montana's music, but what else did you feel inspired by? Did you feel inspired by anything else happening in the script? The friendship between Miley Cyrus and Emily Osment, which was really a real far glimpse from what actually reality was off the set of Hannah Montana, because they were anything but the best of friends. They couldn't stand each other at one point. It wasn't until halfway through the production of the Hannah Montana movie in 2009, when they were filming the movie in Tennessee, that they actually became the best of friends. But from the very beginning of the Rise of Red franchise, Kylie Cantrell and Malia Baker one-upped Miley Cyrus and Emily Osment because they were friends from the very beginning. And they really had the it factor, which means they had an incredible amount of support for each other, and they saw each other through each other's eyes and each other's personal experiences both on and off the set of Descendants. There was one point in time when they were going through brutal breakups at the same time, and they left their relationships, and they were there for each other, and they bonded. They reached a mutual understanding over what each other was going through, and they helped each other get through some of the most difficult times and traumatic times in their lifetime. And after I heard that story, my heart melted, because I think that there are so many beautiful friends out there in this world, so many beautiful friendships that are never given enough credit for. And I just want to say, if you're there for your girlfriend every night of her life, if you're always calling her, if you're always DMing her, if you're always IMing her, texting her, what have you, just to tell her that you love her, I want to say thank you, because there are never enough beautiful friendships in this world that are ever given enough credit for. And the ones that do exist out there are never put on display enough for the world to see. I read some of the most beautiful friendships, beautiful stories about friendships, and my heart literally melts. And this is one of these friendships that I can never give enough profound credit for. I have seen some of the most beautiful friendships derived from movies and TV shows from Disney. There's obviously something happening in the water over there at Disney that I never seem to give Disney enough credit for. Friendships like Ashley Tisdale and Vanessa Hudgens, Emily Osment and Miley Cyrus eventually, maybe not right away, but eventually they did become very good friends. The thing is, Disney has this thing where they put a lot of pressure on you and they expect you to be a full-grown adult and know everything at just 8 years old. But the thing is, Disney never forgets your contributions, and they will never forget you, and they will always honor you for how you've done for the Disney company and what you've given, because people really do give up their lives to the Disney company, because it's a dream of a 7-year-old child to be a part of the Disney company, to be a part of a show on Disney Channel, to be a part of a Disney Channel original movie. And Kylie Cantrell and Ruby Rose Turner are two people who have that opportunity given to them at just 10 years old when they were auditioning for shows like Gabby Byrne and The Unsittables, Coop and Cammy Ask the World. It's just a shame those shows only lasted 2 seasons. It's beyond me why they didn't really go the length of the distance with a show like Coop and Cammy Ask the World or Gabby Byrne and The Unsittables, because there was just something so intriguing about a girl who wanted to babysit aliens on distant planets. There was just something so intriguing about a girl hosting a web show from her bedroom, asking fans questions and conducting polls. It was really Disney's answer to iCarly, but iCarly was the most revered show having anything to do with a web series, and it actually inspired me years ago to start a web show earlier than I ever thought I would. At just 13 years old, I was hosting a web show out of my parents' basement, and that was a constant struggle because I didn't have the financing, I didn't have the equipment at my disposal, but I did what I could do with what I had, and all I ever wanted was for my voice to be heard. And now 25 years later nearly, my voice is finally being heard through my commentaries on Descendants and Zombies, but rest assured, this would never have happened if not for each and every one of you. I honestly don't know where I'd be without each and every one of you. So do I think we will see a Descendants 5 Wicked Wonderland? Sure. Do I think we will see a Zombies 5? Yes, even if it won't happen until 2028. That seems like forever away. But even though it seems like forever away, that does not mean that every day there won't be a video uploaded here on this YouTube channel, even if it's just one video. There will always be a video uploaded on this YouTube channel. There will be a constant flow of video production, and you guys will feel inspired more than you ever have because of Descendants and Zombies. I never ever want to go away, and I always want to be here for you guys. I'm looking forward to spending Christmas and Halloween with you guys this year too, to talk about Descendants and Zombies, which is something I didn't get the opportunity to do last year. But this year I'm looking forward to spending Halloween and Christmas with you guys. Halloween will be at the end of October, and of course Christmas will be on December 25th. And just to let you guys know what happens on this YouTube channel, we don't break. So every holiday there are videos uploaded, so that will include Halloween, Christmas, New Year's, Chinese New Year, what have you. We go right on through 365 days a year on this YouTube channel, or at least that's the plan. And if something does happen, I'll let you know what's up. Because I really do love Descendants and Zombies so much. And I know that my everyday life kind of gets in the way, but I always go out of my way to make sure there is a video uploaded for you guys, because you have deserved nothing but the best for far long enough now. And what I'm talking about are not these stupid commentaries that offer you criticism all the time about Ruby, about Kylie, about Malia, because they have been subjected to so much criticism and they've really become victims. And I want to take that away from them, and I want to show them that good people in this world really do exist. I'm not saying they don't know that good people do exist in this world, but I want to give them a reason to use YouTube again, to Google themselves, because of what they're afraid they're going to find. That stops now, because this YouTube channel will remove that, and I will become the greatest of all time through my commentaries on Descendants and Zombies, but I can't do that without your guys' help. I never ever thought that 500 people, as I just said, would ever subscribe to this YouTube channel, but now I have 3,000. And I have just over 3,000 watch hours almost on this YouTube channel, and that is truly unbelievable. Every day I'm reaching a new milestone on this YouTube channel. Just yesterday, for instance, this YouTube channel was blowing up with subscribers and views for some unexpected reason. And every day now we're averaging 1,000 views. So that's 1,000 views more than I had the day before. Even though 1,000 views may not seem like a lot to a lot of people, because they want to get 15,000, 20,000 views per video. That really doesn't mean anything to me, because it's about who I get the opportunity to have subscribed here to this YouTube channel. And I may only have 3,000 subscribers, just under that. But the thing is, you guys are the most loyal Descendants fans in the world, and you're here because of Descendants. So I have to offer you the best commentaries that I possibly can about Descendants and Zombies, because trust me, this is the greatest honor of my life. I have one final video yet to come. That will be dropped just before sunset this evening, so I do invite you to join me for that, because I have a lot to say where Descendants and Zombies goes, and I look forward to meeting these new characters that we will see in both Zombies 5 and Descendants 5 Wicked Wonderland coming out next summer. It's really hard to believe that this time next year we could be counting down the hours, the minutes, and the seconds to the release of Descendants 5 Wicked Wonderland, which I am incredibly excited about. I've been wondering about Descendants 5 for forever, and I wish I had the answers to all your guys' questions, but I'm just like each and every one of you. I don't know the answers to the questions just as much as what you do, so I'm just as excited as all of you. This is really a cliffhanger, and this is going to be a movie that is going to keep me on the edge of my seat for forever. But I'm going to do the same thing I did with the Zombies 4 Dawn of the Vampires premiere. I'm going to sit in front of the TV with no piece of paper and no pen, and I'm going to speak with an open heart and an open mind an hour after the movie premieres on Disney Channel, and I'm going to sit here and I'm going to watch it with all of you again. And I'm going to talk about it in the way it was meant to be talked about, with an open heart and an open mind. Because I really do believe that the most effective way of producing your content and presenting it is by speaking with an open heart and an open mind, regardless of how people feel about you. Some people out there are going to love your videos, and others than ever given credit for are really going to hate you and can't stand your guts for your opinions on Descendants and Zombies. And believe you me, I have encountered my fair share of criticism over the years that I produced these videos for whatever niche I was providing commentary for, until I fell into this niche, which was incredibly supportive of me. You know, if you were to ask me 15 years ago where I'd be in 2025, the last place I would have said would have been sitting in my room talking about Descendants and Zombies, because I shoot these videos out of my office. And that's the last thing I would have told them. But 25 years later, this is what it is, and you guys are here with me, and I've never ever wanted to let you down, and I've never ever wanted to go away for an extensive period of time. This really has been the greatest honor of my life, and this has really been an experience that I will forever and always cherish. I don't know where life is going to take me, and I don't know how many years I've got left as a podcast host and a YouTuber, but whatever time I have left, I would much rather spend that time with you, talking about Descendants and Zombies, if you will allow me to be your voice of Descendants and Zombies for just a little while longer because I have so much to say about the franchise. In every movie, the music got better, the story undeniably got better, and I think that more people became fans of it and found a greater appreciation for it because there's a certain pride that goes with talking about Descendants and Zombies. And if you really don't have that certain pride for talking about Descendants and Zombies, then you're really going to go nowhere with your content, and it's not going to reach as many people as you would expect. I've wanted to reach so many people for obvious reasons, because I wanted to spread a message of kindness. Maybe at that time it wasn't through the power of Descendants and Zombies. It ultimately became through the power of Descendants and Zombies. And I like to believe that through my reach on this YouTube channel, I've reached a more broader audience. I've reached a more global audience. And I've achieved some kind of worldwide popularity for these videos, which all started with my opinion on Dove Cameron and Ryan McCartan's relationship, which was really far out there. I mean, the way Ryan treated Dove was totally unacceptable, and I really let Ryan have it last year. And I had to apologize for a lot of things that I said about Ryan because what I saw and what I experienced through their relationship was really disturbing. But I believe that people like Dove Cameron and Kylie Cantrell have voices. God gave them voices because he wanted them to use them and they wanted them to be heard. And they did get the opportunity to be heard in so many unimaginable and emphatic ways. And now, because of their voices being heard, Kylie Cantrell and Dove Cameron are some of the most powerful celebrities in the entire world. And I'm here to tell you, I'm incredibly proud of them. Even though Dove Cameron closed the door on reprising a role as Mal for the Descendants franchise, and so many people wanted to see her return to the Descendants franchise because they prefer the original cast, I agree with a lot of you, but I also agree with how the times have changed. We too, as fans of the franchise, have to change with the times and come to the reality of that the things of the past necessarily aren't what exists anymore. But I think that what's in store for the future of the Descendants franchise is very unpredictable. And there are so many unanswered questions that will remain unanswered up until the premiere of Descendants 5 Wicked Wonderland. I wish I had the answer to the questions to give you guys, but I really don't, because I'm just like all of you. I'm a fan of this franchise, and I'm incredibly excited to see where the future will take us, because the future is going to be so miraculous and so unbelievable, and I'm just really excited to be a part of it. I'm excited to talk about Kylie Cantrell's future. I'm excited to talk about the futures of Freya Sky and Malachi Burton, who still have a long way to go for the Zombies franchise. Zombies 5 and Descendants 5 will happen. Rest assured. We just don't know the confirmation on the release dates. What the release windows are suggesting now looks anywhere between next summer for Descendants 5 Wicked Wonderland, July or August of next summer. I know the latest the Descendants movie was ever released was August 2nd, 2019. That would have been Descendants 3. And the latest that they're suggesting Zombies 5 is going to happen is going to be sometime between now and the summer of 2028. And that seems like forever away, I know. But I'm doing the best I can, and I'm working as fast as I can to produce as many Descendants and Zombies videos for you guys, because I believe that you guys have deserved to hear nothing but the best for far long enough now, and I just wanted to be that guy to give it to you. So if I could be your voice of Descendants and Zombies to carry you into the future for just a little while longer, seriously, that would be the greatest honor of my life, because there's no greater honor of my existence than having the honor to sit behind this podcast microphone and talk about Descendants and Zombies. I don't know how much of a reach these videos are going to have in the foreseeable future, but I'm just happy you're all here and you're a part of history with me. This is really history, ladies and gentlemen. We are all going to be a part of it, and I am incredibly excited to be a part of the future for Descendants and Zombies. While I may not know what it has in store, I love providing you commentaries and analogies on Descendants and Zombies unlike anybody else on YouTube ever has. And it's really an honor of mine to sit behind this podcast microphone in my office every day talking about Descendants and Zombies. And if you have not subscribed to this YouTube channel, I would love for you to, because we have got a long way to go, and we've got so much to discuss about the futures of Descendants and Zombies, and I'm just incredibly happy that all of you are here and a part of this incredible journey that you girls have had me on for what feels like forever, because honestly, there is no place in the world I would rather be today than having the honor to sit behind this podcast microphone and to have talked about Descendants and Zombies for however long I've been your voice of Descendants and Zombies. It's really hard to believe that it's been a decade past since Descendants first premiered. There was no thought of the Zombies franchise in the minds of anybody at that point in time. It was all just about Descendants. And nobody ever thought Descendants would amount to anything. But it really surpassed the legacies of everybody and the expectations of everybody. And because it surpassed the expectations of everybody, look where Descendants has gone and where it's taken us. We've seen so many beautiful stars portray so many beautiful characters. and really bring this franchise to life in a way that it was meant to be brought to life for what feels like forever. And you got to believe me, it's really the greatest honor of my life having the honor to sit behind this podcast microphone to have reviewed Descendants and Zombies for however long you guys have allowed me to be your voice of Descendants and Zombies, and hopefully you will allow me the honor of being your voice of Descendants and Zombies for just a little while longer, because I have a lot to say where these two franchises go. So I will be back just before sunset with one final video for you guys. I hope you will join me for it. Thank you guys so much for joining me today throughout all these videos. They are absolutely fabulous. And we will have a lot more to say tonight about Descendants and Zombies. Until then, keep kindness in your heart as I will keep you in mind. And we will talk again in just a few hours from now.